Hey everybody, this is Coach D, Darrin Eaddy over here at the Warrior Warehouse. And this is an episode of Just My Opinion with the Warrior Nation. Today we're going to talk about what went down over the weekend and what kind of fights kicked off and basically what's going on in South Carolina, North Carolina in the fight game news in our arena. So I was at WarFare 14 FC last night. That's why I am tired. Well, with that being said, shouts out to Spark. Spark was what's got me going right now over with Avocare. So if you need a boost, get down with Spark. It'll keep you going. That's the plug for the day. I'm trying to do different plugs every day to kind of let you know what products are working right now for me. Because, boy, I am tired. I still got more stuff to do today. So let's get into it. Over the weekend, like I said, Warfare 14 was a good card. Basically, we had like 5 fights. Was it 5 fights? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, five fights. Oh, as far as MMA is concerned, and it was a grappling card. Most of the victories were due to ground submissions. So everybody had their ground game up. Shouts out to Fight Lab; they did a good job. The only fight that went to that was on their feet was Jared Scoggins. He beat Rodney Jordan due to strike to the second round TKO. So he did good. Everybody did their thing. You know, personal notes, like I said, my opinion, the grappling was on point. You know, they got everybody down quick and they went for quick submissions. You know, most of the fights finished in the first round with a couple in the second, but you know, it wasn't a long card at all. It went pretty quick. So everybody who was from Fight Lab did their thing. So I definitely said Fight Lab brought their guys. Michael Allen, you know, is the promoter, so you know he booked his guy as well. And I'll lead into something with Michael Allen and Fight Lab in a minute. But like I said, grappling card. So my opinion, you can have great strikes and kicks, but if your ground game is not up to par, there's a good chance you're gonna get submitted or ground and pound. We didn't have any ground and pound, but it could easily happen based off what I was seeing. You know, I was back and forth, so I didn't see every card, but the highlights and, you know, how I heard who won and how they won, you know, basically ground game submission. So get your ground game up if it's not up. That's my opinion. Getting back to Jared Scoggins, like he said, he did it. He did his thing. It was his pro debut against, I said, Rodney Jordan, you know, and he came out, you know, good strikes, good kicks. You know, he did his share of grappling. He didn't rely on his point karate style. You know, he did a lot of work in the clinch. Had a couple of takedowns. You know, controlled this man on the ground, and you know, basically wore him down. Basically, the guy, you know, seemed like he was gassing going into the second and third round. I take it back. He got TKO'd in the third round, not the second round, third round. So, you know, if I had to make an assumption, I don't think his endurance was quite there based off, you know, how tired he was going into the later round. So shout out to Jared Scoggins on his victory. His brother was there. His brother, of course, you know, is Justin Scoggins. He's in the UFC. You know, so he went in the ring, was being, you know, talking with Michael Allen about what's coming up in UFC and how he's been doing. You know, hey, they were talking a little bit of junk about Demetrious Johnson. Like, they're going to go in and just, like, steamroll this guy. I'm like, okay, you know, give guys, you know, my opinion, once again, that's the whole name of the show. It's just my opinion. Give guys who's doing well their due, okay? If he's the champ, Demetrious Johnson is the champ for a reason. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's seen Demetrious Johnson fight, the guy's on his game. You know, he's being, you know, in the circles, they saying pound for pound, he's the best, you know, in the division. You know, of course, along there with Jon Jones, I think he's, you know, if actual ranking, he's number 3 as pound for pound best fighter in the UFC. So that's saying something. You know, no disrespect to Justin. You know what I'm saying? You got to hype that fight game, you know, but you're hyping that game in a Warfare 14 card. You know, you're not hyping it on, you know, MMA Junkie or, you know, one of the big name blogs. You know, you over there on Warfare, you know, running your mouth. I don't, you know, that's my opinion. You know, don't run your mouth until you're in the UFC, so you're doing better than most. I'm not knocking that. You in the UFC, but you know, don't until you beat some top fives, some top threes, to get your way. You know, to him, you ain't hitting on nothing right now, boy. Like I said, don't get me wrong, you a good fighter, man. You're doing your thing, but you ain't ready for Demetrious Johnson. And the way you was running your mouth, boy, point blank, you ain't ready. You are not ready. You will get your ass handed to you, viciously. He will outstrike you. He will outgrapple you. You won't catch him. So like I said, don't run that kind of noise. You know what I'm saying? Say, hey, I can't wait to get there. It's gonna be a good fight. Of course, Michael Allen was egging you on, to say whatever. That's his thing. That's his spiel. Build that hype game. You know what I'm saying? That's the wrong kind of hype, dude. He beat the break here. Demetrious Johnson will beat the brakes off you, man. I'm a Demetrious Johnson fan. You know what I'm saying? So of course, I'm gonna see what I'm seeing. And the guys. Anyway, shout out to Justin Scoggins, doing his thing in the UFC, hype up his fight game. But boy, that's the wrong game right there. So the Scoggins brothers are in the house doing their thing. So getting back to WarFare, like I said, overall, good grappling card, good card, solid card. Went quick. That's my take on it. Getting back to Michael Allen, one of his fighters, which I recently found out, I didn't know, that Jereme Holloway was in his camp. I just learned that recently. Learned that yesterday, matter of fact. So, shout out to Jereme Holloway in his Bellator debut. He went up against Matt Secor. Matt Secor submitted him with ankle hook in the second round. But giving Jerry Holloway his props. Number one, he made the Bellator with a 7-0 record. So he just fought. Boom. Right there in Bellator. So he did his thing. I mean, he had a busy schedule and winning. So, of course, when you see something on Facebook or you see something on MMA news or whatever, you don't, Bellator news, you don't know what's going on. You go, dang, submitted, heel hook quick second round, what happened? Did he get rolled over? So I finally seen the fight. Jereme did good. He did good. He did his thing, I mean, and Jereme used to train here at the Warrior Warehouse, so I know his fight game. You know what I'm saying? Very good fight game, very solid fighter, very overall well-rounded fighter. But Matt Secure seems to have a high jiu-jitsu pedigree. You know what I'm saying? Took him to the ground, didn't have a hard time taking Jereme down to the ground. Saying controlled them most of the time on the ground. Took him down in the first round. Jereme reversed it, going into the last 30 seconds of the round. Did some ground and pound. Came out decent in the first round. Second round, within the first minute or so, Jereme got taken down again. The guy controlled him the rest of the way through. Set up the heel hook, threw it on. Jereme defended it pretty good. The guy made a couple of adjustments. Boom, got it. But Jereme was quick. His hands were decent, throwing good kicks. So Jereme did good. So anybody who's hating on Jereme, nah, the man did his thing. He just, his ground game wasn't up to where Matt's game was. Simple as that. And it looked like Jereme was in pain. He was wincing in the ring. I guess some Matt got tweaked or pulled or snapped. Because the guy hit on pretty good. So once again, shouts out to Jereme for his good fight. So that's what's going on the weekend. Basically, those are two things that I was looking at. Of course, I was at the fight. I was at the fight card, with WarFare. So that's what it was. Then I finally saw the Jereme fight. Which is the main fight that I wanted to see on Bellator. Bellator fan, but I just wanted to see that fight because I knew the guy. I knew that he was here, so he did good. Other news, everybody should know by now. Jon Jones is now reinstated back in UFC. So it's all over all the news feeds. So it's everywhere. So all you gotta do is put Jon Jones in, and you're gonna see him pop up everywhere. But he still gotta go through some some red tape, to get back full swing. But so far everything looks good from what I'm reading. I'm getting everything offline. So once again, just my opinion based off what I'm reading. So ain't like I'm there with my mic, which is my goal. Warrior Nation. Just my opinion. Our goal is to get up there to where we're being seen by everybody. So become a fan of Warrior Nation in our podcast. So, but what they were saying is that he has to, walk a straight line. Of course, fans are brutal. There was like, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? Let's see if it doesn't happen again. Daniel Cormier made a positive statement. He said, "Hey, it happened. It's behind us. Let's move forward." So shouts out to Damien for Cormier for saying what he was saying. But like I said, that's what's been going on in the weekend. Very busy. Got some more things going on today, so we don't stop. That's why you hear my voice is going. I'm tired, and that's why I am keeping going with Spark. Get down with it. Actually, it's pretty good. All kidding aside with this thing, Spark from Avocare is one of the top products as far as getting a little energy boost, keeping you going. So I highly recommend it. Of course, some more news. Because I'm Warrior Warehouse. Michael the Fire Whaley will be fighting November 14th in Greenville, and Giovanni Hyde, Smiling Assassin, he will also be fighting in Greenville at the USSFC event in Greenville. So make sure you get your tickets. Make sure you're there. You will definitely like it. Anything else? No, that's about it, man. Still going through some news, but that's where we're at. I'm over here embracing the grind. Dang it, if I ain't tired. You will definitely see another podcast from us come up real soon about all things combat sports related with the Warrior Nation. Trying to make this movement. Please become a fan of Warrior Nation. Go on to Facebook. Find us. Go to YouTube. Find us. Friend us on Facebook. And subscribe to us on YouTube. Our goal is to become a Warrior Nation flash mob movement to where when we go sponsor a fight, we bring in a couple hundred fans to support whoever we're supporting. So that's the goal for Warrior Nation, become a flash mob movement. So please subscribe to us on YouTube. It's very important. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, hey, everybody can go anywhere, but we'd love for you to come with us. Because we're trying to do that thing. Support us and let's do this, because Warrior Nation is going to have several things going on in the future. We're definitely trying to make sure that we're mainstream combat sports related. We're going to try to have, Warrior Nation parties, events on a regular basis where everybody getting together and we're supporting one another. We're going to try to support each other and go into fights. So whenever there's a fight, we all get together and watch it. We're going to have fitness events here. If you're trying to get in shape for whatever you're doing fitness related, we're going to keep events here. We're just going to have so many things going on that you're going to say, hey, Warrior Nation is doing their thing. Because we want to support all combat sports participants, whether it's boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, it don't matter. Grappling, wrestling, it don't matter. We're going to support you. So hit us up. Let us know what's going on. We'll talk about it, and we'll get it out there also. The Arrival Pro Wrestling event, of course, is going to be here November 1st, at the Warrior Warehouse. So definitely get your tickets. If you haven't got them, get them, because we're doing our thing. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. So you see, there's a lot of stuff going on. Warrior Nation is trying to keep the word going. All right. So this is Coach D with just my opinion over here at the Warrior Warehouse. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Twitter. Follow Warrior Nation. Let's keep doing what we're doing. It's going to be great. It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be wild. So once again, look for another podcast come on this evening. You don't stop until we stop it. So this is Darrin, just my opinion, Warrior Nation, signing off. So you hear from me again. Peace out.